Greetings, true believers, and welcome to another villainous episode of History of the Marvel Universe. Today's tale begins with a man named Karl Morgenthau. Karl was the son of a Swiss ambassador, and so as a boy he was constantly moving and traveling to different countries. He enjoyed experiencing different cultures and learning various languages, but often felt othered by the prejudice he would encounter from local children. Growing increasingly hateful towards the very idea of nationalism, he began learning martial arts as an outlet for his anger. And as a young man, he studied political science at Columbia University, intending to look for peaceful solutions to the world's problems. However, Karl's world was shattered when his father was killed during a riot outside the Latvian embassy, and he decided that a cruel, violent world required an equally violent response. Inheriting his family fortune, Karl Morgenthau crafted the costumed identity of the Flag Smasher and began his anger-fueled crusade against nationalism. In an attempt to spread his message, he attacked a public address that was being hosted by Captain America. Holding the crowd at gunpoint, he made his case, although the American audience was understandably unreceptive. But when the police arrived, Morgenthau threatened to begin executing people. With lives in danger, Captain America jumped into the fight and took down the Flag Smasher. And when the crowd asked Cap for his take on Flag Smasher's rhetoric, he insisted that while all people are equally deserving of dignity and respect, there is no evil in taking pride in your heritage or culture. But Flag Smasher soon returned, having used his considerable inheritance to fund the extremist group known as ULTIMATUM. Primarily comprised of like-minded individuals, their ranks were also bolstered by mercenaries and ex-Hydra agents. In their first public operation, ULTIMATUM hijacked a plane and brought the captive passengers to an abandoned Hydra base in the Swiss Alps. In exchange for their safety, Flag Smasher demanded that Captain America surrender himself to them for a public execution. In order to rescue the hostages, Cap infiltrated their operation by stealing an ULTIMATUM uniform. However, during this attempt, a trigger-happy mercenary opened fire on the crowd, injuring several people and killing at least one. Although he hated using lethal force, Captain America was forced to act quickly and opened fire to prevent further bloodshed. Once the hostages were out of harm's way, Cap and the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. attacked ULTIMATUM head-on. This led to a fight between Captain America and the Flag Smasher on the side of a snowy mountain. A fight which ended when Morgenthau fell a considerable distance and broke his leg. With hours to go before dawn broke, Cap dug out a shelter and dragged his barely conscious opponent inside. After wrapping Flag Smasher in his own cloak, the two men huddled together for warmth until morning. When the sun rose and Karl awakened, Cap put him on his shield and attempted to push him to safety. However, the two men were found by agents of ULTIMATUM. Cap easily dispatched the three henchmen, but in the scuffle, Flag Smasher was able to grab one of their weapons. And surprisingly, he tossed it aside and surrendered. Using the ULTIMATUM helicopter, Cap returned it to their base, now under S.H.I.E.L.D. control, where Flag Smasher and his underlings were turned over to the authorities. Morgenthau eventually escaped custody, but he was horrified to learn that in his absence, ULTIMATUM had been taken over by the Red Skull. After getting away from his former allies, he held an Arctic station hostage and demanded to see Captain America. The Star-Spangled Hero soon arrived, but by this point, John Walker had taken over the role from Steve Rogers. And despite Walker's enhanced strength, Flag Smasher was able to defeat him. Holding the replacement Cap at gunpoint, Morgenthau demanded to see the real Captain America. Walker's partner, Battlestar, found Rogers and explained the situation. Rogers then confronted Morgenthau, who explained that the Red Skull had been funding ULTIMATUM, and so the Captain and Flag Smasher formed an unlikely alliance to destroy the Skull's doomsday weapon. The two were successful in their mission, but it seemed as though Cap's ally D-Man had been caught in the ensuing explosion. After this, Morgenthau regained control over Ultimatum and survived encounters with the likes of Moon Knight, the Punisher, and the Ghost Rider. He later returned to his previous base and discovered that D-Man was alive but amnesiac. He again demanded Captain America in exchange for the hostage, but Rogers was off in space at the time. And so John Walker, now using the identity of U.S. Agent, and the Falcon confronted Ultimatum and rescued D-Man. Flag Smasher continued his activities for some time after this until he was abducted and drugged by the Roxxon Oil Company, endowing him with enhanced strength but vastly reducing his cognizance. Roxxon turned Morgenthau into a weapon for them to unleash. Even so, he was defeated by Captain America once again. He later regained his sanity and, with Ultimatum more powerful than ever, he conquered the Central European nation of Rumekistan. But after some time in power, Karl Morgenthau was assassinated by the mercenary Domino. Ultimatum then continued on without Morgenthau, and another man, Guy Thieralt, became the new Flag Smasher. Thieralt operated in this role for some time before his men began to view him as cowardly and ineffective. Another man killed him and took his place, but his time was short, and soon after this the third Flag Smasher was shot and killed by Deadpool. Since then, the only notable use of the identity was when Hydra created a Flag Smasher LMD as part of a plot to discredit Sam Wilson while he was Captain America. And after serving its purpose, this robot duplicate was decommissioned. However, with Ultimatum still out there, it's only a matter of time before someone else rises up and claims the title of Flag Smasher. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe for more marvelous content. Be sure to leave a comment letting me know what Marvel hero or villain you want to hear about next, and as always, the issues referenced in this video are listed in the description below if you would like to read them for yourself, as well as links to other places you can find me, including my Patreon page, where for only $1 a month you can get your name in these special thanks here. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior!